What's going on, world? Trick Digital Radio Sound Art Expression. Your man DJ Journey. We got the TIZ in the building.
In the house, baby. How you doing?
I'm great, man.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
That concert was awesome yesterday.
That was,
Thank you.
Hey, man.
We went to the Lauryn Hill concert yesterday.
Oh,
yes.
Nice.
We're rubbing that in.
Yes.
Nice.
Wax on, wax
yes,
off.
but you got to also say
in.
who was also in the building. That was Nasty Nas who did his thing, baby. So it was awesome.
Yeah.
It was awesome.
Little jelly over here. Little jelly.
Yeah.
So that was
and the band was amazing.
Yeah, they were.
The band was amazing.
They were.
Okay.
We got big soup coolers of wine. That was kind of special.
Yeah.
I never seen that before, but
that was crazy.
I'm paying for it.
You're feeling your age today.
Feeling it, man. But it was awesome. Awesome, man.
But yo, we got a special guest today.
But
back again.
Guess who's back?
Dropping elbows.
Mr. Shawn Antonio.
Shawn Antonio representing. Yes, indeed, baby. Oh, yes.
I'm back home.
This
From
cat
the
right
rounds.
here.
The world, one book at a time.
Oh,
yes,
my God.
yes.
Wow.
Hey guys, so you guys were there. We were at T-Pain last night. He was at the Roxy.
Oh.
So he's family. So texted him. He was landing, and he set us up with tickets the whole night. So last night we were doing shots of Henny. Don't do shots of Henny.
Oh my!
Did that last night.
He's hanging out with T-Pain. So.
Yeah, this is my boy. It was great. We hung out with him
Wow.
for a couple hours, and then we did on the rocks last night. It was pretty cool to see the evolution. He was doing an acoustic tour.
Oh,
So he's doing like everything stripped down, like MTV's Unplugged, but all his biggest hits. So he did, I'm in love with a stripper. He did, he didn't do Blame It. He did, what am I forgetting? I'll buy you a drink. He did a bunch of great stuff, but stripped down.
That's my
Came on a stool and like microphone and a 10-piece band. Oh,
that's awesome, man.
Beautiful.
See, here's the thing.
Dope.
People don't know, like, T-Pain, he can sing.
Yeah.
Like,
Get
without
down.
all that auto-tune shit,
He's actually classically trained. He's
awesome.
actually first a pianist and a singer, and then he became a rapper. Like the rapper was just kind of like what built his career, but he's actually a singer and plays piano, like badass.
Big up to Akon because he see all of that talent, man.
Yes,
he
for sure.
Yeah,
discovered
for sure.
it.
Yeah.
He put him down.
Wow.
Boys, it's good to be back.
Oh,
yeah.
Man, that's
This
what's
dude
up.
right here, man, is just vibrating. You feel it? Just
Yeah.
every time
Pure
I'm around
energy.
you, boy. I love
Pure
it. Love
energy.
the energy.
Yeah.
Yo, so Shawn, let's
Thanks,
go
boys.
right into it, man.
Yeah.
I mean, we've already broke ground before.
Yep, totally.
Let's just go into it. The second series.
Yeah, second book in the series.
Yes.
Yeah, so Finding Your Fire series, the first book, Be the Beast You Are, is now worldwide.
Yeah.
People in Germany now have it too. That's kind of cool. A friend of mine had his copy in Germany, hanging out with a
So
girlfriend.
you got
of
to
his.
translate it?
No. He
Or
actually was out there visiting, and he was hanging out with a girl he's been seeing.
Right.
And he was reading the book, and she's like, "What is that?" And she read one page, and she's like, and he's like, he gifted it to her.
There you go.
So now I
There
have
you
my
go.
first book in Munich, Germany. That's kind of cool. Never met this girl, whatever. So book number 2, I call it HAR. It's called Having Amazing Relationships. I talked about it before, and it's now done. So
There
it's
we go.
in the editing process. The proof is there, and we're about to release it. I did say last time it'd come out on September 20th.
Okay.
I completely
what's the
dropped the ball on
That's
that.
okay. That's
but
okay.
we're definitely going to do it in the next week or so. It should be ready and out and ready to go.
All right. So
Okay, you heard it
Exciting.
here first. Trip Digital Radio.
That's right.
Out.
Yes.
So it's on Amazon. Where's it?
It's on Amazon. It's on Kindle. It's on Create Space. You can find it any of those. You can actually just type in my name on any of those sites and type in Shawn Antonio, author or whatever, and it'll pop up all my books. So the first one is Be the Beast You Are. It's there.
Yeah.
And then now Having Amazing Relationships will be added to the roster as well. So you can find any ebooks. And I actually got a lot of requests from friends to make an Audible book too. So do the
got to.
Beast Audible. I'm gonna figure that out. Like what that looks like.
Yes,
You
let
know-
your
you know
energy
the people
come through
from the
on them.
streets
Yes,
do not
they love
hate,
it.
man.
Yeah, a lot of my friends have been flying around the
That's
world
crazy.
and driving, and
Yeah.
they're like, Shawn, I would love to, but I'm not a reader.
Yeah.
So I got 4 or 5 requests for audiobooks, so I guess it's time to
But
do
here's
that.
the thing: if you do the audiobook, you got to do your original voice. Do not hire
Yeah.
anybody.
Yeah, no.
Love
I gotta
the
do
Shawn
this.
Antonio
Yeah.
voice. You
Just
gotta,
scare them
Yeah.
all. Just get them. Just wake them up.
Yeah.
All of them. Wake up. It's your life.
Wake up, bitch.
What are you doing? It's your life. It's now. What are you doing? Come on.
You gotta
So
have
it's
the
game
voice,
on.
man.
So yeah, Having Amazing Relationships. Be the Beast You Are with 7,300 and something words. And Having Amazing Relationships is 8 chapters. Be the Beast was 5.
Okay.
And this one is it's just straight to the jugular. It is about every relationship that matters in your life. I covered 8 different relationships, from yourself to your family to your work to your relationships with love.
Okay.
And we go deep. Like you start in the rabbit hole.
Okay.
Like in Be the Beast You Are, I take you to the rabbit hole, and then you get like, oh, whoa, this is really uncomfortable.
Yeah.
You actually, the minute you start reading, you're in the rabbit hole, and you're like, whoa. So it's like that. It's very disarming. It's very loving, but it's very disarming. So that's what it is.
So does the first chapter start with yourself?
Self. The most important relationship we have is with ourselves. So that's the first one. And that's the thickest one too, purposely, because our relationship with ourselves is what defines how we operate in the world, period.
Absolutely.
Right? So
Absolutely.
everything that we desire or we start off with at 4, 5, 6 years old, those things come from what we see in our world, mom and dad or whoever our parents are. And then we go into parents, whoever your parental figures are, whether there's, dad and dad, mom and mom, grandparents, step parents, whatever it is, foster parents, you know. So I talk about all of that too, and your relationship to that. So it's about you and how you're operating within all those relationships. And it's a punch to the face. It's straight, boom.
I'm thinking here, it's like it starts with self. But, our parents, they went through things, so we were programmed by our parents.
Yeah, of course,
So is there a deprogramming that happens?
Yeah, you know what there is? It's a disarming, like I was saying, about like what you took on that didn't belong to you.
Right.
That's all. It really is. And I can go deeper into it, but the truth is, it's just like the things that we saw growing up, are they ours or are they something we learned? Or something that we thought was right or wrong, And I deal with the right or wrong conversation when we got in trouble for doing things and what that looked like and how that felt. So it goes straight into that. And what I do in the book is I give you a chance to actually look at your what, why, and when. Those are the three. It's called the relationship tool. And I use that throughout the book and reference that. You go, what happened? When did it happen? And why did it happen?
Yeah.
And you look at those things. You look at all your relationships and how you're operating within all that. And it gives you a really clear and honest chance to look at your life. Wow. And it's just really, even for me writing the book, I was going through a catharsis, learning more about myself and my relationship to my daughter. I talked about siblings. One of the chapters is siblings, and one of the chapters is having kids, like having your own kids, or if you don't have kids. But I looked at my relationship with my daughter. Ever since I finished that chapter, I wrote stuff that I was like, oh my God, I'm not fully present with my daughter sometimes. Yeah. Just sometimes, like 90% of the time I'm there, but is it 10% where I'm distracted? Now I'm not. It's like 100% viva. I'm there with her, and that's it. So it's great. I'm really proud of this one in a different way.
Yeah. Relationships. You're like everybody. I said this last time that we had you on the show. You're like the master of relationships. You keep in touch with everyone. Yes. Everyone loves you. You show up. You've given everything to people. It's just like how do you do that?
Well, I've always subscribed to the philosophy of like leaving it all on the table. Just leaving your entire heart. Like, we go to a concert like you guys last night going to see Nas and Lauryn Hill. I'm sure they left their heart on the stage. Right. Oh, right? Yeah. So growing up as a dancer, as I spoke before, when I started dancing at 12, 13, 14, I remember my mentors were always saying, give it everything. Like, pretend this is your first and last show.
Yeah.
And I always had that mindset of like, live it fully in that moment and be there. The first time I fell off a stage was in front of 6,500 people. Yeah. And I fell off stage. So I was so in the moment and so excited. I over-rotated a backflip and I fell off the stage. But I recouped and made it work. Yeah. But it happened, right? But I just remember that mindset of just like being there now, and giving your all, putting your heart out there. And relationships, they're easy. Yeah. They actually are. We mess it up. We complicate it. We make it difficult. All you have to do is call people and reach out.
That's really crazy because have you gotten those out of the blue texts from him? I was thinking about you. Just wanted to say hi. I'm looking at that. I started doing that now. I'm like, it's
the simplest thing. It took me
Sean, that's cool.
6 seconds.
It's like the 5-second rule. It's like you think about a person, you just pick up the phone and you just hit them up.
That's simple. And you know what? You never know when you're hitting that person up. They might need you. Yeah. Like most of the time, you actually are in sync with their energy.
Here's the thing. You're like a wizard magic guy. So I wake up, I'm feeling like just stir-fried shit, man. Yep. And then I'm like, man, I just got to get up, man. Let me go work out. I'll look at my phone. Shawn Antonio. Hey, man, just thinking about you.
Love you. Bam.
What am I worried about?
It's a reminder,
on
man.
time, man.
Yeah.
And I think the ecosystem of friends and everything like that, even how I met this guy, we're going to talk. We're going to talk. But the ecosystem of friends, you vibing together. So when you think you're not thinking about a person and you're on that frequency, it tells you.
Totally.
I always believe in that.
Yep, exactly. I believe in being in sync with the people that you love. And because I always start my relationships in the rabbit hole, that's how it is. Like with T-Pain last night. Yeah. In the midst of all the groupies and people and family around him, his managers, all nine, we still had little intimate moments of like, boom. He's like, oh yeah, I got to do that. Oh yeah, and like I was calling him out and stuff that he said he'd do, like and he was like, "Oh damn, Shawn, thank you for the reminder." Like you just connect, and it's so easy to connect, but we're so afraid to get found out, right? Yeah. Like we're so afraid to like whatever that found out is for you. We're afraid of that, and there's nothing to be found out. Like I mean, I left my heart on the table last time I was here, and I'll keep doing that every time I come in here. Why not? It's going to inspire somebody else. If you give permission to people to be their full selves by you being your full self, doors are just going to open. Relationships are just going to shift, right?
Yeah, that's very true.
If you're just being that person, you're just like, this is what happened to me in my life. Boom, game on. Everybody opens up because you created that. You put yourself out there, you know? It's awesome.
I got to ask you, what's your favorite chapter in the book?
Of having amazing relationships, the favorite chapter I would say is love. Because that's the biggest one. And what I say in the book, I think I say this in the book. Yes, I did. Millions of songs around the world are written about love. Everyone has a love song, right?
Yeah,
because we can't quite get it right. Like we as a race of human beings, we can't seem to get love right. Why is that? You know? And so I questioned that in the book. And a lot of the people I'm doing personal coaching for, which I announced at my book signing, a lot of people were giving me what they want to do, brand building and this, and I want to write a book like you, Shawn.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, guess what I've been talking about the entire time? It organically happened. Love.
Yeah.
Everybody has a thing about love, and they can't seem to get it right. Because first of all, we're not being authentic with ourselves about how we see love. Like you were saying earlier about, the things you got from your parents growing up.
Yeah.
What's your filter about love? My parents growing up, I saw, like I said last time, I saw sexuality and dance and languages and culture and food and friends. So okay, that's my life. That's what I'm going to do, But you got to figure out what's yours and what's not yours, Yeah. And love is such a big deal, and we mess it up.
It is.
Yeah.
Really I mean, it comes to a point where you think love is just supposed to be imperfect.
That's sad. It's sad. But it's true.
It's imperfect, but like you said in the beginning of your book, starts with yourself. And I think if you're not able to love yourself, you can't love anything or anyone or anything or anyone else.
Yeah, but isn't that crazy, Tiz? How if you don't love yourself, I mean, that people forget that's the number one rule.
That's it.
Right. Loving yourself for all I love every single scar I have on my face and my body and every tattoo. I love all of it because it's part of my journey. It's what made me part of my journey. It's what brought me back to you, Journey. But it's you got to love yourself for everything that you are. And I call it being perfectly imperfect.
Yep.
Wow. You're perfectly imperfect because there's no perfect. What's the perfect? Who's this perfect person that exists? No one. No one in history has been perfect.
No one.
Who defined that? No one. So why are we questing to get perfect? Perfect about what? I'm perfect. I'm happy as hell with my body and my face and my everything I am. And if I'm not, I fix it. I just go change it. I'm like, oh, cool. I want to lose some weight, cut down weight. I want to change my hairdo. I don't have that much hair anymore. But you just make changes, and people take so long to figure stuff out. Don't figure it out. Just do something. Get in action. In having amazing relationships, that's a big message. Yeah. Just get in action. Do something. Stop talking about it.
Please.
People just talk. I never talk about what I do. I just do it and then tell you after. I'm like, oh, I did this thing. Oh yeah, boom. And then you're like, but then you've done it too. You're like, oh my God, I jumped out of a plane. I jumped out of a plane. Oh, cool, let's go. I didn't tell people, hey, I'm going to jump out of a plane. I just did it. And I was like, oh, here's a story. People are so caught up talking about life versus doing life. Just go do life.
Yeah.
He sounds so easy, don't it? It's awesome.
It is that easy. I know.
But for people out there, man, they like.
Yeah. So what question do you have for the people?
Well, my question, guys.
For us.
Yeah, for you guys, for everybody out there, you guys. I wanted to kind of do a game of deciding what book you guys want to hear about next. Like what book you want to read next. So I have 40-something titles out there that I have to flesh out, right? But the two I thought about that might be powerful to follow up with having amazing relationships, because the beast wakes you up. The relationships, you build them it's like a building process, right?
Yeah. Okay.
So number 3, these are the two options, and I want you guys to be honest about what you want. Do you want a book called Facing Your Fears or a book called Letting It Go?
Letting it go. I say letting it go because
it go.
You can't face anything if you're heavy.
If you're still holding in baggage.
Yeah.
If you're
letting it go.
Yeah.
Letting it go.
Yeah.
I'm with that.
Yeah.
I'm with that. Critical?
Facing Your Fears, Letting It Go.
I like both, but letting it go. I do like letting it go.
Letting it go?
Yeah.
It's about detachment.
Yes.
Yeah, it's about
because
if you just come off of everything as far as building those relationships, now it's about, okay, you're recognizing yourself is what I'm seeing. So this is all building me. Now I can, all that baggage that I had, I can let it go.
Yeah.
Perfect.
And I can move forward.
And
awesome.
I say letting it go too because I was reading this book and it said the term of go-getter and go-giver.
Okay.
It's like people that are go-getting are turning into go-givers.
Oh, okay.
So letting things go and go-giving makes you think about the other person. And usually if you speak into that higher self in this other person, you find yourself.
Yep.
And then you see your problems are not even worth having anymore.
You realize how small they are.
Yeah.
Very.
Yeah, and how you hold on to all those things. I took a couple people today, asked, and they said that, I was going to call it just let go. Yeah. But I think letting it go is like more powerful and palpable for people. Like that's what's needed right now in 2017. Like this year with all the tragedy and all the crazy stuff. I mean, Vegas has been rocking my heart all week. We had friends in the midst of all that. They're alive, but they were like right in the scope, and they were just jumping over bodies like that. I have friends that are like still reeling from that, like are not good. They're just like, I don't even know what kind of therapy they can do. Like they're just traumatized, like full on Desert Storm style. Like what? Yeah. Wow. So there's that. So thank you guys for the contribution.
Letting it go.
Letting it go.
Definitely.
Now, I'm looking forward to it. Well, I'm looking forward to the next book as well, too, because the beast is the beast.
Yeah. Yes. Great. Thank you guys for that feedback. Okay, cool. Got to figure it out. Yeah. Letting it go. Awesome.
So what's your, I hate to say this, what's your least favorite in your chapters?
I say not my least favorite, but my simplest one is the siblings one. Siblings, because whether you have siblings or not, I talk about only child too. Like, so if you have brothers, sisters, like my mom is one of 12 people. I'm the oldest of 3. I have a half sister, different dads, and then my brother, same dad, same mom. But siblings, because it's a couple pages long. It's not too crazy, but I just talk about the dynamic and then hierarchy. Alicia, my wife, contributed to that part, and like how we organically, whatever way we're born into the world plays a part sometimes. Like me being the eldest. Yeah. I had to kick ass in life. I couldn't mess up. I had to be perfect, right? Quote unquote. So I had to be, straight A student, and I put that pressure on myself. That was something I invented. That's not something my mom told me, but I'm the first kid. So my brother comes into the world. I'm 6. I'm 5. He's just born. Mm-hmm. So I'm gonna be a great example for him. Take over, right? So whether you're the middle child, the youngest child, you get treated differently organically because there is no parents book, right? There's no parent book that's ever been invented. No. So people raised
it is, it's like some secret society.
Like the Illuminati has it somewhere, right?
It don't work anyway. Those chapters change. It don't work anyway. It doesn't make a difference.
Yeah, so siblings is the like I want to say, like to answer your least favorite, yes. I guess that's my least favorite because it's the least it's complicated. Yeah. But at the same time, it does get complicated for people. Yeah. People make sibling rivalry. It's a real thing, It's a real competition,
So this process of writing the books, it's become therapy for you as well, or is it your growth that's been sped up? And
I like what you said. Thanks, Tiz. It's been really a romantic process for myself because I've uncovered a lot of things about myself that I've been hiding deep in the crevices of my brain. Like things that you forgot that you were or are, because I write in so many different capacities as far as where my knowledge comes from and my experience comes from. And it's not all my experiences at all. I don't write skewed at all. I write based on what the world needs to hear and what needs to heal people. Right. And I give enough examples so everyone can relate to it. So now I'm getting that rhythm where, sometimes some nights we're a chapter and a half in, boom, done. Like just mic drop, boom, done. And it's good. Like the edits this time were like a day instead of like at The Beast, my first book. We read 4 days of editing, like, oh, that's not right, that's wrong, and overthinking it. You know. This one I was like, okay, message gotten, okay, applicable to life, works out, okay, awesome. So now I'm getting my rhythm. So now I'm getting more of like what, and especially because I got so much feedback from The Beast now. So many people have chimed in and said, hey, this is what this book did for me. Thank you. This is what I needed in my life. It helped me get whatever. So it's been really great because now if I lacked confidence, not that I did, but now I'm an author. I have 2 books now. Like the first one was like, oh yeah,
you have turning back.
Yeah,
no,
you're like
there.
It's like a one-hit wonder, right? You make that one song and then you vanish. Now I have 2 songs and the third one coming. So like I'm not stopping.
Album coming soon.
Yeah, right. Greatest hits coming soon.
Relate to that.
Yeah, so it's been fun. So it's been very therapeutic and healing for me too. Yes, very healing for me to look at how I operate in my relationships. Yeah, every chapter I wrote, I was like, am I being what I'm saying? Because that's the last thing I want to do is be a hypocrite. Like you'll never see me not being every word in any of my books ever. Yeah, and it helps me grow. Like how am I being with my wife in my romantic relationships? Am I being the most epic husband ever? And the answer is yes. The answer is actually yes from her. I check in and go, hey wifey, how am I being as a husband? Like am I kicking ass? Am I what's missing? Yeah. Do you need more affection? Am I attentive? Am I listening to you? Am I supporting you? Am I, taking care of myself? Are you still attracted to me? Did the package that you bought, am I still that package? Like managing all that Because we forget and we get comfortable and we get lazy and
that doesn't happen. That communication and what you're speaking about does not happen in 90% of relationships.
People look at me like I'm crazy when I say that.
Exactly. I just did. I'm like, really? That's a lot.
Right.
I know. I don't even say that.
Sexy, right?
Right.
But that's awesome.
But that's what it takes to make a relationship work. Even my friendships. Like, I check on my friends. I'm like, am I being a great friend or what? Like, how am I being as your friend? And that's cool to out yourself, because you out yourself, you're going to grow and your relationships are going to get better.
This dude right here, man.
It's
awesome.
Yeah.
I'm telling you.
Last night T-Pain and I had a great conversation. We got real deep real quick. Like, it was like boom. And it was just beautiful that because we started our friendship in the rabbit hole, we just walked right back into it. Yeah. And he was like, blah. And I'm like, okay, cool. Yeah, we got to do that. All right. So like when we go to Atlanta, we're going to be doing some stuff with him out there. And it's just, intimacy is lost in relationships. We don't let ourselves get intimate. It
is.
That sucks. I don't want that. I only want intimacy all the time with everybody. It's so delicious to be intimate with people.
Yeah.
I think so.
That was a great word. It was so delicious.
It is. It's delicious to be, intimate. Yeah. It just gives you so much growth, and you're just gaining. You're not losing. Mm-hmm. Every day you're gaining and growing by just giving of yourself. That's at least the way I roll in my life.
I'm with you.
Join the party, everybody.
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah.
So your most of all favorite chapter from this book?
Self.
Of all.
Self. Yeah, self. Because self is where it all starts. It's the genesis. And I purposely wanted to work on that chapter and put in as much for everybody to delve into. So no matter what race, color, creed, religion, whatever your beliefs are, self is everything. You start having your own independent thoughts at a certain point in time. You see your parental figures, whoever they are. You see your society, your culture, whatever you're growing up around. So at 5 years old, you start asking questions like, why? What answers are you getting from your parents or your people who are mentoring you or guiding you? So self is really important, because it's unfortunate, but I know a lot of people who don't love themselves.
Yeah,
that breaks my heart. I know, and I'm talking people who are super stupid successful too, like billionaires, and lost. I'm like, I don't understand. So you're really good at making money, but you don't love yourself. What's that about? I had a friend back in the day when we were working together that, I won't say his name, obviously, because that'd be rude to me, but it gives worth $4.2 billion. 4.2. He started at .com. He did well with that. And he took over his mom's company in Korea, sold it off to pieces, and walked away with $4.2 billion by 30 years old. By 30, right?
Yeah. Say his name.
Yeah, right. Was drinking way too much. Became an alcoholic, kind of, sort of, like abusing alcohol. Not alcohol, but abusing alcohol.
Yeah.
A smoker, developed ulcers. He gained 100 pounds. Wow. $4.2 billion. If I had 4.2, I'd be like shining all the time. I'd have like a 12-pack and just be like,
go underwear on.
I'd have motion neon installed in my body. I'd walk in the rooms like just I'd be that stupid guy.
I would be AI.
Yeah, right?
I can't die.
Yeah, but the truth is, there it goes. He didn't love himself, and loving yourself is everything. And really, truly loving yourself and honoring yourself. It's not by being cocky or egotistical, but just like, this is me. Are you in?
Yeah, I'm excited about reading this one, man.
Yeah.
I'm excited about that.
Yeah. Thank you.
Because you said you'd have 8 chapters in this one, right?
Yes, it is.
So I'll probably read the self chapter like 10 times first before I even move on, because that, to me is, just whenever we speak to you, whenever I talk to you, whenever I hear you, it's just energy that comes from you. So being able to get that from what you're trying to give us in the book is gonna, I already know it's gonna affect the life, and it's gonna help to start to change and redirect thoughts and things that I have. And people out there, man, go out and get these books, man. I mean, they're definitely gonna bless you.
Thank you, Tiz. I just want everybody to have a great life. That's it. Yeah. That's straight up why I'm writing these books. I want everybody to have a great life. And if I have words that I'm putting in a book that you pick up and you read and it makes a profound difference, and even one area of your life, that's it. That's it. And that's what I'm up to, is helping people find themselves. Imagine if the world was happy. Imagine that crazy thought, including Donald Trump, including, all the terrorists and all the people that have been out there. Imagine if everybody was actually happy. How amazing would life be? Right. And that's what it is, having amazing relationships. The first one with yourself. Have the most epic love story with yourself now, today. They're all applicable now. You put down that book after reading that page. You're like, oh, cool. I got to do some work on that part of my life. Right there. Like you were saying. Like, oh, man, I got to. And it's not like scary. It's just like, oh, okay, that's something I need to work on. Cool. There's something to manage. There's something to do about that.
Where could they get the first book series?
Yeah, the first book series is available on Amazon, guys, and also on Kindle. For you guys who read on Kindle, it's available. Just type in on Amazon book section, type in Be the Beast You Are, or just type in my name, Shawn Antonio, SHAWN, by the way, Antonio, ANTONIO. And you'll find it. It's basically linked in their search area. Boom, it'll pop up. And $8, delivered to wherever in the world, and simple. So I kept it simple. I wanted it to be approachable and affordable. $8. Every book is $8. Yeah. Having amazing relationships, $8 as well. Everything's gonna be $8.
Is it on Prime? Amazon Prime?
It's on Amazon Prime as well. Yep, it is.
Okay.
Yep.
Cool.
So everybody
primers out there.
Yes. So Amazon's a nice small company, right? So partnered with them.
Kind of bought this little grocery store called Whole Foods.
Yeah, right.
Exactly.
Doing all right.
Yeah, so definitely you can find it there.
Yeah.
And also your social medias.
So guys, my social media, all my social media is The Fire Series. The Fire Series. On Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook, you can find it. I put up daily inspirational posts. The posts are actually my photography. I'm also a photographer. So it's my photography with a quote from either one of my books or a quote that's just an inspirational quote with photography on it. So
that's your
That's all my photography. Yeah, all the I noticed you saw a lot. That's my pictures.
I'm like, wow.
I just shoot life all the time, and it just kind of coincidentally made sense to me. Alicia and I were talking about what we're going to do to create that, and I was like, yeah, let's use your photography. I'm like, that makes complete sense. So sometimes the image matches the thought, or sometimes it just doesn't. I just try to find a vibe with like, okay, that's what I'm going to say. What kind of image speaks it? You know, and it's created. So I'm gonna make that a coffee table book too.
That's my next question.
We're gonna make that a coffee table book because people have been asking about it. I have, I have a lot, like 80 something of them now up, I think, or I think it's at 90 something now. But it's going. So at the Fire Series, guys, daily inspirational, daily posts, and some of them just speak to you sometimes. Where you're like I put it up and I'm like, wow, I needed to hear that today. A lot of my people out there are like, oh, Shawn, thank you. I was having a moment and I saw what you put up and it really helped me get through my day.
Yeah.
So it's that. I'm also going to be at just want to mention this real quick too. Next Friday the 13th, my first author book fair. Woohoo!
Okay.
Yeah, the Pasadena it's the 5th annual Pasadena Book Fair. 19 venues around Pasadena. I'm going to be at the Pasadena Central Library where all the authors are.
Yeah.
I got some great billing. I submitted myself about 6 months ago, even before the book was ready, and they said yes, and I'm in.
Wow.
Last year, 28,000 people went to it, so I might be, shaking, kissing babies and high-fiving 28,000 people next Friday from 6 p.m. to 10 p.m. So at Pasadena Central Library, Be the Beast You Are will be there, and by then, fingers crossed, Having Amazing Relationships will be there as well. You wanted the date. I think tentative. By tentative date, it should be October 13th with me having both books there.
That would be awesome.
And I'll be signing books and talking to people and all that good stuff. So, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
There you have it. Shawn Antonio, guys.
House, man. Thank you.
Always great to be with you guys.
Oh, yes.
Always.
Oh, yes.
Man, what's up, world? It's your man, DJ Journey. I want to say thanks for watching this video. But first, you got to like this video. And then after liking it, you got to subscribe because we want to keep this coming to you. We get more interesting.